Okay, let's do the clap.
Let's get the clap.
Let's make it clap. 3, 2, 1.
You. It's really upsetting that that's not going to be in the podcast because Tolan just told me to make it clap. And I'm genuinely upset that will not be in the podcast. That was funny. That made me laugh a lot.
It is now. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Tolan.
It's, it feels like it's been a while.
It has been. It's been, to our listener, it's been 2 weeks since we released an episode, right? But for us, it's been 3 weeks. Or is that not true? It's been 3 weeks since we released.
I've had some difficulties releasing some episodes, and we'll address that later in the segment we're going to call Tolan Explains Why There Wasn't a Podcast for 3 weeks.
I mean, it's fine. I was in the woods. I wouldn't have known either way, so...
Well, tell us about your time in the woods. I've heard nothing about it.
Yeah. I drove 1,200 miles this past week. It was some quarantine-safe friends. We'd all been quarantining, and we met halfway between Southern California and Oregon, and stayed inside of a cabin in the middle of the woods for 5 days, and it was really great.
It sounds like a really good time.
It was great. Weirdly, it did not cure my depression, but...
What? That is wild.
You'd think.
Huh. Well, were you trying to be happy?
No. You know what? I haven't. You're right. Shoot! I haven't tried that.
Idiot! Stop being such a negative Nancy.
Gosh, dang it! The key was right there within my grasp the whole time.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time. It's definitely like the weather has turned to the point where I was getting concerned for you, because I know you'd be someone who is
a
not...
sensitive bitch baby.
Just someone who enjoys the sun a lot, is all I was going to say.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
I do miss her. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. There's a lot of talk about how this is going to be the hardest winter ever, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We don't know. We have no idea.
How are you doing? You didn't get to go into the woods with your friends. How are you doing things?
I didn't get to go into the woods with my friends, but I'm doing good. I feel like my hair has gotten to a point in my life where it's like I finally learned how to take care of it, and now like it's just this is all natural. It's just doing its own thing, and it's great.
What a hair journey!
What a hair journey!
You should do a carousel post on Instagram of your hair journey.
Wow.
Mainly, I just want to see embarrassing pictures of you when you were younger and had worse hair, I'm assuming. We all had bad hair when we were young.
Oh, yeah, but mine gets pretty bad right around 13.
Ooh.
Very long, and me not doing a thing about it. So I've completed my hair journey. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales, got that game, and very, very good time to be Miles Morales nowadays. It's just great to have, another great Miles Morales story. These video games are, the Spider-Man PS4 games, or PlayStation games, are the best video games I've ever played. And I think a lot of that...
Hot take.
Yeah, I know.
You need to warn us before you give us a hot take like that.
I know, and I'm sorry I didn't sound the alarm. I didn't know I was going to be giving this hot take. I wasn't prepared to give this hot take. No, but really, it's just like a lot of it has to do with the source material being something I already love. But I have seen source material I love be turned into really bad games. I've been playing the Marvel Avengers game recently, and it's sad because I want it to be so good, and it's just so not good. And it could be one of those games that takes 2 years of just being bad before it gets good. I feel like
that still is a bad game. I feel like that's a bad game. Like, it shouldn't take that long to get good. That makes it a bad game.
Video game models are so weird right now. Don't get me started. But, Star Wars Battlefront 2, that was a game that really had a lot of issues right at the top, and it was being made fun of. And 2 years later, they had fixed a lot of things by that point, and, suddenly people were starting to flock to it again because they realized it had fixed its problems, and it was good to play. So it can happen. But I don't know why they didn't just take every page out of the playbook from the Spider-Man game that came before it, because they nailed it. It's a great It's a great Spider-Man story. It's a great video game. And Miles Morales even more so. And just representation-wise, super cool. And does a lot of things I've never seen video games do. Not just for, like, POC characters either. Like, there's a character communicating largely only in sign language, which I just, like, is a small thing. But, like, as much as they put it in the game and thinking about how hard that must have been to actually do is cool. So, I don't know. That was a game. You know, you ever play a video game so good it just turns everything around for you?
Absolutely not. Don't know that feeling, but I'm glad that's happening to you. I would say I've had food that has changed my life, so maybe it's a similar thing, like
or like
really
a giant dump.
Good soup.
A really good soup or really good poop. Or a great video game.
The two oops.
Soup the two oops. I live my life by the two oops.
The two oops method. Soups and poops.
Soups and poops. Actually, it's impossible to do both.
I really hope. I think that's the name of this episode.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking I wish you were mine, a man-seeking woman whose total is 589. Well, I don't do this often. I'm not like the guys, which is why I find myself in a sort of crazy existential crisis.
Podcast for listener, you wearing sweatpants, me, see you. That one's a thinker. It's time for another Craig's Essential Crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm tall and Bigelow this time, I guess. That's fine to me.
Oh, you said it? Do you need? We can bleep you in post.
Stop trying. Look, say your name.
My name's Sarah Thompson, and I've only had one name this whole show.
I was trying to hide my identity from not even the children so much as the parents of children whom I work around. Because I thought... What?
No, please.
I just thought that this podcast would be a thing that would come up if I was Googled, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But you know what? I'm a person. I am a whole person. And I want to apologize.
You know what? If somebody opens a trunk that's sitting on the side of a river and they find a body in it, that's that person's fault. Not the person who put the body in the trunk.
You didn't have to open the trunk. What did you expect?
What did you expect? So parents don't go looking in trunks for bodies. There must be some slapping in the trunk. Sounds like there must be a body in the trunk. Shout out to the gay area for that one. Mr. Fab. One of my friends that I hung out with this weekend is from the Bay Area, and we spent a lot of our time together just listening to all the songs we grinded on people to when we were
oh my god.
So
what?
I've got a lot swirling in my brain from that era of my life right now.
Give us a track. Give us one song.
I slap it in the trunk.
Well, give us another. I need another. There's got to be a playlist.
Yeah. How about let's hit him with "This Ain't Water" Part 2 by Starting Six.
Wow, these are very specific. These are kind of, I feel like, almost deep cuts as far as what I would expect to have heard.
What can you say? I'm stupid, dumb, and hyphy. What can I say?
If you're new to the show, we take misconnections straight from Craigslist and give them to each other to cold read live for you. Sarah sent me one to get started. Here we go. Donna G. from Bethany. Where did you go? It's that time of year. Harvest time. We used to enjoy evenings baking goodies. Making evening sampling, the different strains, choosing big buds and enjoying them. Donna, or any other friendly ladies for smoking and baking your favorite sweets. No other expectations. Have a good weekend.
Is it wrong that I'm tempted?
I mean, no other expectations, right?
No other expectations.
Smoking and baking? Listen, I know they said friendly ladies, but I feel like if they got to know me,
they'd accept you.
They'd accept me. Most of my friends are women.
That makes me an honorary woman.
Basically,
most of my friends are women.
So, pretty sure.
I'm sure if he gave you a chance, you could worm your way into his baked goods. You do also make a mean chocolate chip cookie, I will say.
Oh my
having
God,
been
yeah.
on the receiving end of your baked goods. And having been on the receiving end of your baked self. I will also say you're a real pleasure to be around. Every time I see you high, you laugh so hard you cry, which makes me really happy.
Yeah, that does happen. And a lot of that, I think at first anyway, it was like you goading me into laughing.
It's called being funny, Talon. It's not called goading people into laughing.
I didn't like when that stand-up comedian tried to make me laugh.
That stand-up comedian?
I was hoping it just came out right, but it didn't.
It didn't.
Yeah, I got some stuff to bake cookies in the pantry right now, and I was thinking about doing it tonight because
that's sexy.
I'm an adult. I make a good baked good. I make a good baked good.
You bake a good baked good.
I make a good baked good. I've been thinking about trying to make edibles because I think I'd be good at it. I think I could just do it.
I think you should try. The only thing about making your own edibles is it's hard, especially if it's your first time, it's hard to control the dosage that goes into each one.
Right.
Like, that's the main problem with homemade baked goods with cannabis in them. But I have full faith in you. I think, you know what? You eat a brownie, you vomit, life happens. Whatever.
Yeah, that first taste test is going to be scary, no matter what. Especially if there's very little in it, because I'll spend the next 4 hours being like, it's going to hit any minute. It's going to hit. Oh, God.
That's really that's the formula for a stress-free trip, is to just be clenched, every part of you preparing for a wave.
Yeah. I think I have good baking know-how. I think, obviously, there'd still be a learning curve, but I feel like I could get it. I feel like I can.
I think you need to
figure
try
it out.
I think you should try
the formula. All right. Well, I'll update you.
I'll say that I don't bake. However, I did this last time I went to the grocery store. I was real out of it. So I bought a lot of weird stuff, but maybe the weirdest thing I bought with the intention of making them together was Cool Whip and Jell-O. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a Cool Whip Jell-O salad when I get home and feel good about myself. That will fill every hole inside of me.
Listen, Cool Whip and Jell-O, it's the IKEA special. It's perfect. It's
the match made in heaven. Do they sell that at IKEA? Why would you say that?
They absolutely did. I don't know if they still do, but I remember as a kid getting that at IKEA. Just
that
Jell-O.
Sounds, wow,
cubed.
that's like a hidden menu item.
Yeah, except for it was just sitting right there. They didn't even hide it very well. Those idiots. Those Swedish fools.
It was a hidden menu item nobody bothered to hide.
Yeah, they forgot to hide the hidden menu item. They were like, I guess we're out of the secret hidden menu item again. That's weird.
That's weird.
Oh, that's weird. Well, I don't have to be rich. Ha! Get it? Like the commercial. Anyway, I'm going to go build myself a break room and take a break.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you sent me one.
Yeah.
Thanks. Be naked at my sister's wedding, Lower East Side. My sister is having an outdoor wedding in New Canaan, Connecticut in May. I want someone to be naked in the woods and to run through the wedding in order to ruin it. I will protect you from my family. Would you take it? Are they hoping for just because there's no prices listed in here. Like, are they hoping for somebody who's just a streaker by nature?
That's a good question. I did not consider that. I thought they were looking to hire someone to do something they'd never done. But now, yeah, are they looking for someone who might just be a professional?
Yeah.
Or maybe someone who already offers these services?
Yeah. Or whose payment is the act itself. There's no price listed. That's got me caught up, you know? Because I would normally pose the question, would you do it? But there's no price, so.
Right. And I think we could still talk about what price we would do it for, but later. A story following that train now. Yeah. Table that for now. Let's circle back to that. I was reading this from the perspective of I am in need of someone to do a wild thing that I will pay you for in some way, shape, or form. But now you are making me think this is really I need a certain kind of person. Yeah. I am looking for a man or woman of skill.
Skill, stature. There was a little podcast called Criminal, who I'm sure will appreciate the call out here. There was a whole Criminal episode about a guy who streaked for like a living. I don't want to say for a living because he didn't get paid for it, really. He did get an endorsement deal, though. But he streaked. He just like that. He was a career streaker.
Wow. Well.
Yeah. And he didn't seem to think too deeply about it. You know, on one hand, I'm like, you know what? Do your thing. It's not necessarily hurting anyone. But on the other hand, I am a little nervous about somebody shoving their dong in a face. You know, that's like a little bit affrontive.
I get nervous when Sacha Baron Cohen does it, and he's a professional. He's someone you can trust. But, he did that to Eminem, and I really didn't know if it was real or not. And I got worried, because Eminem was mad.
Wait, did Borat prank Eminem? I've never seen any of the Borats.
Oh, really? Well, no. But this was,
Oh, well, no.
No. This is Bruno. This is a Bruno thing, and it was like during the MTV Movie Awards.
Bruno, not Borat. They were both Sacha Baron Cohen, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them.
Here's the thing.
I don't know who that is.
That's not that wild. I hadn't watched either of the Borat movies until just like 2 weeks ago when the new one came out. But I went like 10 years or whatever, how long it's been, not seeing Borat. And I really thought it was a thing that would just kind of go away. I wasn't interested at the time. It was a bit above my head. My biggest revelation upon watching Borat finally is that he says my wife like once.
And everyone that's what they latched onto.
That was the thing that was easy enough for everyone to do, I guess.
Or, maybe you just didn't understand the depth of what he was saying, and that's actually like the most meaningful line in the entire movie.
Oh, wow. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Never thought of it like that before.
Oh, wow, wee, wow.
Wow, wee, wow.
Hey!
That sounds like something a worm on a string would say.
Oh, my God. But, okay, back to question B.
Yes.
How much money, what's the lowest amount you would do this for? Streak at a random Connecticut wedding. I don't know what the do you have to get yourself out of there, or is there a safe place you can go streak to and then safely get in your car? Like, that's my worry. I'm worried about an anger response.
The person does promise, I will protect you from my family. Mm-hmm. I do also wonder, like, I do wonder, like, am I ever going to see these people again? I think, like, if it was in Connecticut and this person would fly me out to Connecticut, a state I will probably never visit again.
Right.
And I could do it in front of people. Maybe I would do it for, like, $5,000. I think I would go as low as $5,000. I think that's, like, my baseline.
I feel pretty similar, yeah. I might do it for less.
Really? What do you think your lowest price point would be?
I could see myself doing it for like 25 for
$25.
2.5. Okay.
25.
No.
You would pay him $25 to get.
I would pay him $25 for the privilege, but no lower. $2,500.
Okay. 2.5.
I could make that work,
as the kids say.
Yeah, 2.5K. So I guess one of us has slightly higher standards.
I don't know if that's it. I think I'm just greedier.
I mean, right. I guess if the question is how much could I, how much would I haggle for, it might be different than how much I would honestly do it for.
Yeah. And that's the thing here is that, I would give this misconnection like a 3 out of 10 because it doesn't give me enough detail. Like, I need you to offer me money. And I know this isn't the place, like, they really should have posted this in gigs and not misconnections, because if we're talking Craigslist purist here, this is definitely a gig and not a misconnection. It's not like, hey, I saw you at the Pickles baseball game the other day and you streaked, and wow, that schlong was distracting and I'd like you to streak at my sister's wedding. But, so it's not really a misconnection. It is truly looking for a gig. It's the gig economy.
This is true. Although I feel like we so rarely find misconnections that meet the requirements of a misconnection.
Okay, well, you know what? I think that is true. It doesn't mean that I can't still be cranky about people misusing it.
No, you're right. And, I don't know, I hope if you still need someone to streak at the wedding, let me know.
Yeah.
Airfare?
Okay. Would you need airfare?
How much does it cost to fly to Connecticut?
Probably like $500. I don't no idea. I don't know. It's probably cheaper than ever right now because nobody wants to die. Or alternatively, everyone wants to die because nobody is treating the world like we're actually in a pandemic. But that's a conversation for another podcast.
So join us on our second podcast, Pandemic Express, which is the Panda Express logo. And
Good.
I don't know. We also
Nice.
eat Panda Express while we talk about the pandemic.
Did you just think of that? That was... I could
Just
tell.
thought of it. I think I'm a little hungry. The wine aisle. Oh my, parenthesis, them pants, end parenthesis. You walked between me and the wine I was looking at. My, oh my heart stopped.
Okay, how old do you think this person is, and do you think they're from the Midwest?
My first thought was they were George Takei. Oh my. But, yeah, I think older. I think at least similar to George Takei in age. And so what? 60, 60?
I would say 60. I think he's...
60. Asian don't.
My, oh my. But then the them pants kind of throws you off, you know? I feel like you have
That's
a real
true.
clear idea of who that person is, but then they say them pants, which to me is a pretty young thing to say.
Maybe it's kind of an old soul, Maybe it's someone who isn't old, but kind of acts old, but also understands the youths.
I'll say that we have a pretty dedicated listener out there who's going to know who I'm talking about, who says good gravy. And they are from the Midwest, and although they speak like they're 85, they are in truth, mid to late 20s. So I would say maybe they're from the Midwest, this person.
Right.
Oh my. Oh my. Seems like a real Midwestern thing.
I could definitely get a Kenneth Parcell vibe from this, for sure.
I don't know who that is, but I agree.
It's Jack McBrair's character on 30 Rock.
Got it. Sure.
And you know what? Speaking of 30 Rock, 30 Rockefeller Plaza is so beautifully rendered in Spider-Man Miles Morales. The whole city of New York comes to life as you swing through. Okay.
We need to get that sponsorship before you start waxing poetic here, buddy.
I guess to be fair, equal time, also get Xbox. There you go. Not playing
most
favorites
of that time
now.
is silence.
What do you think these pants looked like?
Oh, I guess it depends on what you find.
Let me rephrase the question.
Got it.
What kind of pants would make your Sarah Thompson, your heart stop?
Me say my oh my? In a good way or a bad way?
A good way, but if you have an answer for bad way, I'd like to hear it.
Well, I think there are bad pants. I think that the pants that I don't like, we'll start with the crappies and end with the happies. So the pants I don't like are those pants that have so many holes in them that you wonder why they're still pants. You know
Right.
what I'm talking about? When they have the big
Sure.
rips in the front. So big that there's only a tiny bit of jean between each rip.
Yeah.
And then the rips go all the way down.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
lot to say about these pants. I don't like those pants. Pants I
Okay,
do
so-
like. Let's talk about that more.
Let's talk about that.
You know, I think that on any person, I appreciate a well-tailored pair of jeans. A pair of jeans that ends right at the top of the foot, that doesn't flare out. I love a good straight leg jean
I see.
on anyone. I think it's a classic. I think it's upsetting when jeans are baggy at the bottom, but just at the bottom. When they fit perfectly everywhere, and then at the bottom, what's going on there? Why do you look like you have hooves? What are you hiding?
Right. What
So
are you
that's the
hiding?
so I love a good straight leg jean. That's my very vanilla, boring answer.
Not boring at all. Totally understand.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. My answers are as follows. The bad kind of heart stopping. These pants would kill me. Know what I do hate is like shorts that are so short that the pocket hangs below the edge of the cloth of the shorts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You sound like a Southern grandma, but I understand.
I mean, I would have no problem with short shorts that just have adequate pockets. Like, just the pocket bothers me so much. It's not
Pocket
a
ratio has to be maintained.
right. It's not a modesty thing. I don't care. It could be a thong. Wouldn't care.
It's a structural issue.
It's a structural issue. If the thong had pockets hanging out of, I would be upset by that. But also, that's maybe a great.
thongs with pockets in them.
No, you know what? I understand women, and that. Hi, I'm Rod. I'm the inventor of thong pockets, and women like pockets, so we put pockets on thongs. Anyway, it's 1999. No shipping.
Saddlebags. I think those are called saddlebags.
So I hate that. The kind of pants that I really like would die of happiness if I saw, I guess is really the question.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think like a I'm gonna say leather,
Oh.
mustard yellow.
Okay, now you're just fucking yanking my leg.
No.
Gave you an
I
honest
think if I
answer.
saw these pants in real life, if I saw someone walking down the street in like a pair of like leather mustard yellow, like almost cargo pants, but like tight
What's-
leather, like cool, like metal and shine
This
and
is
silver
wild.
and
This is
silver and mustard, straps that you don't even know what they're for, but it's all just in your face with how cool this person looks, and like I don't know, like a cool beanie cap. This is a very 70s like dude.
Yeah,
in
wait,
my
yeah, you
mind.
can't venture into hats. We're
Well,
not talking
I'm
about
just-
hats here.
Well, I don't understand. Are we talking about a person just wearing pants and nothing else, or what? Because
No, they're definitely wearing other things. I would just say, maybe I'm just being judgmental because that took me by complete surprise. Not that you're basic. I just expected you to be like, oh, I don't know, like yoga pants. But instead you
What?
whip out the yellow leather mustard pants.
I was trying to think
a
of
shock
like
to the
if I like
system.
was in a Starbucks and was walking out the door and was like looking down and saw leg first a person about to enter the Starbucks and those are the pants I saw, I would be like, holy shit, who is this person? What is going on?
Okay. I think we learned about your pants preferences, which is very important.
I just want to specify also, these aren't pants that I think I would wear or like could pull off. But this
Hey.
person can.
Hey, I think you could if you wanted.
Ah, well,
Don't be mean to my friend Talon. He can pull off mustard yellow leather pants.
thanks. I appreciate it. And you know what? I will. I'll get some.
There you go.
All right. I have kind of a twofer for you.
Ooh, a twofer. That's exciting.
Yeah. It is pretty exciting, so I'm going to hope that these arrive in the right order here. It's been so damn long since I've had to send you this in this format. I'm stupid. Apple update.
I'm
Okay.
stupid, is what it sounded like you just said.
That's
Okay.
so stupid. Okay, yep. You got them in the right order.
Okay. Meatman, I miss you. Raleigh Hills. Raleigh Hills, Fred Meyer. Meat department man, I had a dream about you. Been staring at you for years. You told me I was beautiful once. I'm so shy, but today you disappeared. You know me? And then would you like me to read the second one with no pause?
Go ahead.
Got it. Fred Meyer Butcher, Washington County. I am obviously a real female, or I would have foreseen that using the term meat man would cause these numbskulls to spaz out. The butcher at Raleigh Hills, Fred Meyer, whom I'm too much of a puss to talk to because he causes me to be completely speechless and frozen. This is for you. I saw you again today and couldn't ask for help. Are you taken or what?
Quite a dream.
As a real female, I would have foreseen using the term meat man would cause these numbskulls to spaz out.
I mean, yeah, right?
That's the test they make you take when you say you're a lady. They say, what will the term meat man make people do? And that's the only test you have to pass, and then you're a real female.
This real lady has not encountered men on the internet before.
This female, it's also like very rare that I hear a woman refer to themselves as a female. That like is
Yeah.
that's very strange. It's not something I feel like I hear, women refer to themselves as.
You know, it makes more and more sense that this person would have used the term meat man when describing the butcher.
They just don't have a way with words, maybe.
Yeah. Which, listen, sometimes you forget a term and you go with what your brain knows will work. Will get the job done.
I think that meat man is a good litmus test, because if they respond to meat man, I think it's meant to be. Do you not like the term with meat man?
I don't know. I'm just imagining. Okay. Someone who sees the term meat man and knows it's for them. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. I think if you're a butcher, you should be used to being called a meat man. I don't think that should come as a surprise to you.
He probably has worse nicknames.
Like what?
Like
Ham hands?
chicken
Sugar
murderer.
pal? Oh, God. Oh, you're talking about the vegans.
Oh. I didn't say it. You said it. I did not say it.
All
You know
right,
what?
well-
I had a vegan burger the other day and it was great.
Well, then you can't be against vegans.
So I can't be against vegans. I ate what they eat.
Also calling yourself a puss is a weird thing. That's also strange. I feel
Yeah.
like this was written by AI is what I feel like. I don't believe this is a real person. I'm nervous.
Well, there's a lot of that going on. I mean, I saved some of these, but okay. You know what? I got to send you a misconnection. Is what I got to do.
Oh,
And I know
okay.
I'm kinda
okay. To
jumping around here.
contextualize, I don't mind. I'll do
But
it.
yeah,
These two
no,
already play so well together that I'm interested to see what adding a third will do. It's like
Well-
cooking and you're adding spices.
Well, this isn't related to the last two,
Okay.
but this is related to the idea of AI
Okay.
on Craigslist.
All right,
you go
let's
ahead and
do
read
it.
this one.
Suburban shopping, West Side. I see you shopping, and I'm intrigued by your maturity and practicality. You are so focused on your to-do list that I wonder if you know how hot you look with sunglasses, pulled back hair, and mom bod. Meet for coffee? Did you respond to this and get catfished?
No,
Would
but
be
does this
AI
not
related?
does this not sound familiar?
No, why? Why?
This
Should
is-
it sound familiar?
We've read this one before.
Oh my god.
We read this one, I think, on the last episode we did. That wasn't the live show. Which is why it caught me off guard, because from what I saw, it was posted today.
It's somebody, they're just fishing.
Someone's just fishing for hot moms that go shopping and like to-do lists.
And have their hair pulled back.
And specifically, have their hair pulled back and enjoy coffee. Yes.
Yes. I feel like I would have been bamboozled because I have a memory like a goldfish. And I would have never remembered that we'd seen this before.
Yeah. And there's
my
not...
mom bod would have fallen right into that trap.
That's not all. There's more.
Oh,
there's
what?
I got another coming your way. This is a
God.
grand conspiracy.
You are really... Okay, this one I did recognize, yes. Dog park. I was jogging today with my dog this morning. You, white guy, offered me a bottle of water. I was nervous. You told me something that would make me, comma. I was in a hurry, but I will take the rain check. I forget your number. I hope you read this. The guy with the tight outfit and the brown dog. Yes. And are you going to send me the jalapeno one? Because I've seen that one again, too.
I am sending you the jalapeno one. Folks, if you're just joining us,
No, please.
We've unearthed the conspiracy that goes all the way to the top.
If we end up dead before the next episode, it's because we uncovered something we were never supposed to know. They were like, when the CIA started sending coded messages through Craigslist, they were like, nobody reads this regularly enough to notice any patterns. Well, guess what? We did.
We did it. Our next episode, if we have one, will be coming to you from an undisclosed location.
Guantanamo Bay.
So, I'd send you two more. You don't have to read them because there's a lot to read. But the point is, I think that those three that I just sent you, I think are all the same person.
I think they are too. I would absolutely agree with you. They have the same sort of breathless quality. If we're going to go into, some handwriting expert stuff right now, those guys who decode, ransom messages and stuff. I would agree. It's a very breathless, run-on sentence sort of tone of voice. And they always talk about white guys.
I was talking about white guys. There's always the same sort of pattern of the phrasing of, like, I did this, and you reacted this way because I thought you did this. But, and, like, I feel like the sentence structure is the same. There are people on this platform just throwing out wide nets, casting wide nets, and then trying to catch whatever they can.
That is, I think that is very true. I'm going to send you a misconnection that actually is related to that statement. Because I have a question. I have a question about it.
Okay, well, let's see if we can answer it. 7-Eleven Ant. You thought I was your nephew. Maybe something different? Let me know. Okay. What's your question?
I just wonder if they did actually meet someone in their 7-Eleven that they thought they were their nephew, or if you think they're casting about for ant types. I did know, there's a lot of gross stuff out there in the world, and so I knew that like stepmoms and stepsisters were fetish. Ants, I had never heard of that before, so I'm glad I know that exists now and can haunt me till the end of my days.
Yeah, that's kind of, that seems very specific, and not a thing I have. It's funny that you brought that up. I feel like there's a lot of discussion on the internet today that I was reading about the movie Clueless, and a movie I just watched recently.
Yes.
But talking about how the main character in that movie ends up with her stepbrother.
Hey, they're not blood related. It's okay.
Yeah, I know, but they grew up together.
It's also rich white people are fucked up. Let's just be honest about it.
Totally.
I think that that's really the actual moral of Clueless is that rich white people are a little fucked up.
Okay. Well, I guess that explains that. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. You may be seated. I think that's
You
what
may
priests
kiss the
say, not
bride?
judges, but
Yeah, I came across this one for sure, this 7-Eleven aunt one, and I do think it strikes me as going a little bit sexual for sure, and it's...
I mean, what would give you that hint? The intense series of ellipses that ends in maybe something different.
Okay. So I'm not like a mind reader. But yeah, it's... as someone who has a couple aunts, this is not my jam. I don't...
Good.
No.
I mean, I know we all say don't kick shame, but I do have a couple of hard limits when it comes to my kids.
I think there's a difference between kink shaming and just you discussing your personal taste.
What is a kink but a personal taste?
What is a kink but just a flavor of sex?
There we go. Just like barbecue is a flavor of Lay's.
Yeah, and that's my favorite flavor of Lay's. But know what my least favorite flavor of Lay's is?
Tell me.
Fucking my aunt.
Incest.
Fucking your aunt flavor.
Yep. I have another one that I like to send to you because I know we're nearing the end of the show, and I want to know your thoughts on this one.
Let's do this. Shuva and Shukti. My mermaid, your maiden, all flowers in time bend toward my ass. Time to burn an effigy and your gifts and try to heal from the worst experience in the history of my soul's existence. Oh. Okay. This was a hard one to get through.
Yeah.
Here's what I think.
Tell me about it.
This person did anal. They didn't like it.
Okay. I mean, it seems like maybe they did. Like, it was flowers in time. Those aren't unpleasant things. I think if I did anal and didn't like it, I would be like, knives and fire.
Yeah, okay, I can see that, but...
Time, mermaids, maidens.
But time to burn an effigy and your gifts and try to try and heal from the worst experience in the history of my soul's existence.
Okay,
that sounds like they liked it.
Okay, yeah, now I'm starting to read it. You may have convinced me. I'll also say that I looked up Shuva and Shukti, and that means nothing. They're just names. Urban Dictionary says, sexy, hot. She is cute and sweet, very forgiving. She is a chep.
Okay.
A chep is something of a despicable quality, being too cheap to afford the A.
Wow.
And then I could just keep going deeper into Urban Dictionary, but I won't. I'll only go as far as to tell you, neither of those names mean anything.
Okay. Well, I think then, you know what this means?
Tell me
that there were two of them in their butt, and they didn't like it.
Okay, well, they're... yeah, I can see that. I think you've bent me to your beliefs. I think I can do nothing but agree with you at this point.
I don't know what else this could be, and if someone out there has another idea, we'd very much like to hear it.
Honestly, we would love to know that that is not the truth of the matter.
I would love to be wrong, but I know I'm right. That's the reality. And is it hard being a genius?
People ask you that all the time, right?
People ask me that all the time, and
it is a burden.
Yeah, but it does get easier as time goes on. Here's the deal. I'm stalling while I send you one more, and then I have one more to end on.
And then
then
the show's over. Okay.
And then the show is over. Dun, dun, dun. This is still me stalling.
Yeah, what's going on, bud?
All right.
It's been a minute. It's been 3 weeks and you lost your touch.
Here's the thing. When I save the screenshots to my phone, it's very hard to see what the screenshots are individually as I search for them to send them to you. Unless I'm in the Apple Photos app, and then it's just more of a process to go from there and send it to Slack. Great, cool. Well, anyway, there you go.
Okay. You, afraid of spiders. Enumclaw, which is the name of a place. Tim, wish I knew what happened to you. Yeah, I think he got murdered by spiders. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think some Aragog-looking motherfucker crawled out of the forest and killed him.
God, I'm looking for a guy named Tim. Have you seen him? He lived in a cabin in the middle of the woods, a lot of open windows and lights shining on at night. Definitely afraid of spiders. Deadly allergic to them too. Have you seen a guy like that? Carries bags of dead flies around in his pockets, just leaves them as breadcrumbs everywhere he goes to help him find his way around. Have you seen my friend Tim?
No.
He said he was heading out to the giant spider cave. Is that a place you've heard of?
No. Can you describe him a little bit more?
Okay, yeah. If I had to pick an insect he looked like, oddly enough, he kind of looks like a large fly. Like, just kind of beady eyes, glasses, that kind of really reflective. That likes to look like he's got a lot more eyes. Kind of a long nose. Black as the night, skin tone-wise. A fellow like that, you probably remember if you saw him. You sure you haven't seen him?
8 legs. 8 legs. Yeah.
8 legs. Yeah.
I know the guy.
Okay.
Flies don't have 8 legs. Flies have 4 legs.
I mean, I wasn't going to catch it.
I do wonder what happened to Tim. I think he probably knew something we didn't.
Well, God, what do you think he knew?
I don't know. Maybe he unearthed a Craigslist conspiracy.
Oh, God.
We're fucking
They're
next,
populating
dude. We're fucking
misconnections
next.
with things that they don't want you to see. There's something they're not telling us.
It's
well,
so crazy, it just might work.
folks, thank you so much for listening to Correct to Something Priceless. If you like what you hear, please consider leaving a rating or a review in the Apple Podcast app. It helps us get found. Also, if you leave a review and it's 5 stars, I'm gonna read what it says. No matter what. No limits.
Oh.
Just.
It's my least favorite promise Talon makes.
And you know what? Not enough people cash in on it. And you know what? That should change. Do you want me to plug something of yours? Do you have a piano recital coming up? Are you having like a Zoom improv show you want people to know about? Do you have the formula for the vaccine and you're trying to just get it to the people? Put it in the rating. 5 stars and I read it. Anything less, even if it's the vaccine, I won't read it. If it's a 4-star rating with the cure for cancer, I legally cannot read it. I'm sorry. It's
all right. Talon's got some hot takes tonight. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to help us out, please tell a friend about us on Spotify, Apple, whatever you listen to your podcast to. If you have a misconnection you'd like to have us read, or a misconnection that you wrote that you'd like to get a wider audience, go ahead and send that over to craigcrypod@gmail.com. That's CRAIGCRIPod@gmail.com, and we will check it out and probably read it on air. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises. Thanks to Rosie Sherman for writing our excellent theme song music. You could check her out at Hey Shermy on Instagram. We'll probably have another episode out next week. We're gonna try.
We're gonna do it.
I'm not making any promises this winter. Not a single one.
That's totally fair. I will say I also apologize for not having a live show episode out last week like I wanted to. Here's the deal. I just misplaced the file that has my voice on it.
So it would have been really good because it would have been all of us and not you.
It would have been the Supod Heroes live show episode with Sarah, Alex, and Jack, and a bunch of...
And featuring an awkward silence.
Yeah, featuring everyone else laughing at nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so listen, those live shows are still available for you to watch at twitch.tv/kickstandcomedy. If you do want to check them out, that's the way to do it anyway, so you can see everyone's faces. And sometimes we wear costumes. That's true. So we'll see about getting those live shows out in the podcast feed. But if not, check there.
All right. Well, we have one last thing to leave you with here.
Yeah, there you go.
If you are a Trump gal, this will be worth your while. Cherry Hill. Lost a bet around impeachment. Your chance to embarrass a liberal. You might be very intrigued by this.
I'm Tala Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
This has been Craig's Existential Crisis.
Don't know what that means. I imagine
We'll never know.
flogging.